Good morning. This is Elizabeth Griffin, your independent author from South Philadelphia, and I am thankful that you have once again returned to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and do so now. Subscriptions are definitely important to my channel and to the growth of my channel, so I would definitely appreciate it if you would subscribe and share my content with friends and family and coworkers and aspiring writers. Also, leave a comment below if you have something to add to this video, and thumbs up are always appreciated. So today's video is going to be about young adult fiction and why I really like that genre. When I first started my writing career, I started in young adult fiction, and I started in that area for a couple of reasons. One reason was because I was intimidated by mainstream fiction or romance fiction. I didn't think I had the knowledge and the experience to honestly contribute to that genre. I felt more comfortable in young adult, and I was just leaving my early 20s, and thought that I still can contribute to that genre because it was in my recent past. So I chose young adult fiction, and my first book, Naira, which a lot of you know about, is a coming of age story about a young girl set in Philadelphia and whether she chooses to become sexually active or not. So that book I wrote when I was around 28, and I published it manually in about the 90s, somewhere in the early to mid 90s. So, coming back to the subject at hand, I like young adult fiction because there is a freshness and an innocence there in that genre. And then the people that you are reaching with your material, they are young and new and haven't experienced a lot of things in life. So when they read your work, it really can impact their lives because they don't have a lot to base what you're writing about on. They're new to the world, they're new to certain experiences, and so your writing can be very impactful and very memorable. And I like that. That opportunity to influence someone and to entertain them and to have them really revel in your writing and your work because it's all new to them and exciting, and plots are just amazing. They don't know a lot about the different plots that exist and the different writing techniques that are there to entertain the reader or to shock the reader or like suspense, things like that. So this is all new to them. So that's a reason why I like writing young adult fiction, because my audience is young and fresh and I can entertain them and shock them. And of course, I can also disappoint them. So I need to deliver. But that's why I like young adult fiction. And I'm talking about that today also because I have an audio novella out now called Armor. And it's about a 13-year-old girl, and it's about her questioning God. Does he exist? Is he real? Do spirits exist? Are there demons? So forth and so on. So she's questioning spirituality and her place in the world, and what is right, what is wrong, what is life, what is death, what does it mean, how does it impact her. So these are some of the topics that are going to be going on in Armor. And it's a free audio novella on YouTube. So definitely check it out. It's on my young adult channel, and it's also on my adult channel. And let me know what you think. And it'll be an ongoing series. So right now I posted the prologue. The next one that'll come up will be chapter 1. But getting back to young adult fiction, I think it is important to have a genre of fiction geared specifically to young people and to some of the issues and the things that they're dealing with, such as sexuality, such as abstinence, such as how do you feel about friends? Are friends loyal? When do you say goodbye to friends? The issues that you may have with your parents. Some people are in dysfunctional families, and the dysfunction could seem like the norm to them. So I just wanted to talk about those topics and create characters dealing with issues that young adults deal with and how they fit into this world. And sorry, and then their progression into adulthood. That whole journey is just it's unknown, and it's intimidating, and you don't know what to expect. You don't know who to ask. And sometimes young people keep these things internal. They don't discuss them with their parents. They discuss them with their friends. And maybe their friend will give them good advice. Maybe their friends won't. It depends. But I wanted to create literature, and other authors have as well, addressing such topics. Judy Blume, for instance, was really popular when I was growing up. And she did all types of books geared towards young adult people. Also, with the young adults, you could talk about things such as menstrual cycles and taking care of your body. And even for young men, dealing with the fact that all of a sudden you're becoming interested in young women and they're always on your mind, or young girls and they're always on your mind and your thoughts. And when should you have sex? And if you have sex, what if there's a baby that is conceived through that? So these are a lot of issues that young people are dealing with, in addition to the sexually transmitted diseases that are out there. Your stance as far as religion, is it a sin to have sex before marriage? So a lot of different teenagers are dealing with a lot of different issues, and I like young adult because you can address some of those issues and maybe not give them an answer, but let them know that they're not alone and that other people have thought about these things as well. Myself, for instance, when I was young, there was pornography out there. Nobody talked about it. If you stumbled across it, you stumbled across it. You kept that information to yourself. You sure didn't tell your parents. So each generation has their own issues, and some overlap. And I think young adult fiction is where we as adults and even young writers can address these issues and concerns and hopefully give them an entertaining story in the meantime. So this is my take on young adult fiction. Definitely check it out if you haven't. It is a wonderful world and a wonderful opportunity of writing and creating, whether it be urban young adult fiction, whether it be fantasy, whether it be paranormal. There are so many areas in which you can write for young people. And there is definitely a gap as far as young adult fiction for children of color or teens of color. There's definitely a need for it and a need to see different perspectives and different characters. One thing my son told me, he's 24 now, my youngest son, he mentioned that he really liked Game of Thrones. He really enjoyed the whole series. However, he didn't see himself in it. He didn't see himself in any of the characters. It was entertaining, but he didn't see himself. And he is a wonderful writer, and he's creating fiction that is just phenomenal. And he's into comic books and graphic novels and that type of thing as far as creating them. And the world that he is creating is amazing. And the characters are diverse. I mean, he has albinos. He has biracial, and not just biracial black and white. He can have Asian and black, Asian and white. He's just phenomenal in his writing. And in fact, all my children write to some degree. My oldest son and my middle son. And my middle son was talking about writing Westerns. So that's definitely crazy and interesting. And my daughter, she's gifted. She can draw, and she has a unique view and perspective on life, and she can write amazing things. So a little bit about my family, giving them a plug because I love them. However, young adult fiction is an area that, you should check out, and you should see if that's something that you would like to participate in and contribute. So this is my take on writing. Voice is going, excuse me. Sorry. So definitely follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely share my content with friends. And always love, peace, joy, happiness. Bye-bye.